Testing.
Yes, you're on.
Am I on?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, honey.
Oh. Just as you're coming back in, we're going to ask you to sit in small groups of like 5 or 6 people. So just as if you're comfortable with that. So as you're coming in, find a few people to sit with, because we'll do small groups for some of the discussion. Thanks. Oh, we will be done by noon. I promise. Oh, it's 10 to 11 now. We will.
Sheila's coming in, so maybe we'll just...
Okay, so. Okay. Yeah, she's
Do you
getting.
want me to hand these out?
Yeah, like we'll give a couple to each group, right? Would
Yeah.
that work? Yeah, let's, okay. Maybe we'll do the prayer first, just because that settles.
We'll do the prayer first,
And
then
centers
maybe each of
everybody.
us do one at a time. We'll go through the norms together.
Yeah, and then, yeah, okay.
So I'll go start.
Yeah, I'm not good at that, Sheila. Okay, guys, when we get started, that means we get to go home. We promise, no more than an hour. Absolutely promise. Yes. Ray, start the stopwatch right now. So we're asking you to sit in small groups if you can, please. Catherine, are you ready to start? Okay, thank you. So we are going to record and live stream this, so that if you know fellow parishioners, colleagues, friends who are unable to be here, they will be able to watch. And this is a multi-step process. Okay, if this were my class, yeah, you'd all be in trouble. I'll tell you what, let's all start with a prayer, and maybe we'll all center on the prayer. So we can say together, please. Living God, bless this gathering, that through listening and discussing, your will may be done and your mission embraced. May our dreaming be creative and hope-filled, and may we carefully hold the space so others may safely dream. May the pathway we discern allow us to flourish in this amazing life you call us into through the way of Jesus, the wisdom of the Spirit, and your unconditional and abiding love. Amen. So just to share with you, in case I'm going to say this, I'd be shocked, but if anyone doesn't know who I am, I'm Barbara Sainty, and I'm one of our wardens, and Beth Kerley is my partner in crime here.
Yes, just in case you don't know me, I'm Beth Kerley.
And we're just going to facilitate. This isn't us doing it, as the materials have been provided by the diocese.
We're the glorified timekeeper.
Yes.
When you hear ding, that's it.
Yes. So part of what we wanted to do, and this was, I think, the reason this came up with the diocese as well, is we've been through a lot. I think every parish has been through a lot, but in some ways I think we are unique in that Sheila was with us for 6 months before we shifted into pandemic mode, etc. I know that as a parish, we have done some of these exercises when we've done our parish profile and things, but we just wanted to have this opportunity to brainstorm and reboot, to see what pathway we want to be on, if we are headed in the right direction, if we have changes, there are new people, all those sorts of things that we can have. So that's why we are taking part in this. And as I think I also said, that the diocese is providing providing the materials, and also providing incentive to all parishes to participate, because at the end of this, they will also have a gift to us of 1 month's DMM payment, Diocesan Mission and Ministry payment waived, which is for us about $3,000. So this is not only a worthwhile activity to reflect, but hey, it helps a little bit in the bank account. Yeah, I'm an accountant. These are good things. So we wanted to also talk about a mission that helps grow as faith communities, so that this is something that we can again reflect on and see how we can improve on that. A few of the norms for today. We certainly have a spirit of openness. Jesus is present when two or more are gathered in his name. We want to listen to others with respect. Seek first to understand. Listen is in there again, so apparently we need to really listen. Don't challenge or criticize, and be honest. So we want to hear where God is calling us next.
The other thing to keep importance is silence is if there's no conversation, that's very important to have, because the Holy Spirit is with us right now, and it will help us. If you have something to say it. If not, silence can be golden sometimes for us.
Okay, Catherine, please. So we are visioning our future. And this is I was going to say paragraph. Verse. There, that's the right word. A Bible verse.
Yeah.
Then Jesus said to the Jews who believed in him, "If you continue in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free." And of course, Sheila mentioned that today as well. That was a part of the reflection. And so this is something that we want to keep in mind as we move forward to visioning. So there is a difference between a vision and a mission. A vision is more aspirational. That's like the big picture, what we want to do. And then a mission is much more directed. And when we have completed all 4 sessions of this workshop, the parish should have a vision and a mission. And we should have identified 2 or 3 parish initiatives to complete over the next year. So just to give you an example, the vision statement for the diocese is called to life, compelled to love. That is the diocesan vision statement. Currently, Church of the Transfiguration does not have a vision statement. So that is something that we would like to have at the end of the 4 sessions here. The mission statement for the Church of the Transfiguration, and this is something that was defined in the parish profile, is to be a loving community that supports, encourages, celebrates, challenges, and equips followers of Jesus to live their faith in the world. So what we want to do with that is either affirm it or make changes, whatever that is. There's nothing, it may be on a slide, but that can easily be deleted. There is nothing carved in stone. So we are very flexible with respect to that. But if that is where we end up, then that is where we should, that's what we need. So we're going to need a new vision statement because we don't have one, and either to affirm or have a new mission statement for the parish. Okay? So you were all asked to reflect on the adult faith formation little survey that was sent out a couple of weeks ago, and I think Beth has shared some copies of that with you.
If you need any more, I have some here.
Yeah, just to sort of reflect on it. And the first thing we want to ask is, as you completed the faith formation tool, what struck you about faith formation in our parish? So we're going to ask you to talk to your friends that you're sitting next to in your small groups, and then we'll see if we want to share some of that with the rest of the parish, with the rest of the congregation. Yeah, actually, we could move chairs around if you want.
Move your chairs around.
Yeah. Yes.
This is the one we have 20 minutes for, right?
Yeah, for the whole.
Okay. Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's some more. Here. Okay, that's okay. Here you go. You need some more of these. That's fine. Here.
Yeah.
Wayne, do you want one?
What do you think?
Yeah, that way you can just look at it. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Two, good. Yeah, I think it's a good group of parishioners here. I'll just turn this up.
Take attendance.
Yeah, why don't we just get a... let me just turn this off.
Here, look. Yeah.
So, at about 5 after?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I'll just get in the warning, there's 2 more minutes for this one.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Do you want me to do it here? Okay, there's a couple more minutes on this one. We've got several things to talk about. And you're welcome to continue the conversation, whatever works with your group. Actually, Catherine, let's go to the next slide, please. Okay. What are we doing as a parish that is currently deepening your own faith? So we have several of these questions for the group to consider. And we're just going to, every few minutes, put up a new one so that you can do that. And then when there's 6 of them, once they've all been gone through them, we'll have an open discussion within the whole room, okay? So in 3 or 4 minutes, we'll put up the next one, and we'll just keep paging through, okay? Yeah. Are you okay standing? You're
Oh, yeah. That's fine. I think that this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Joe and Jean and Millie from something that came from Liturgy.
I know.
But we'll find out.
Remind, and I'll say that next time I interrupt them, I'll say there's a sign-in sheet going around. Uh-oh, something wrong.
We make trouble. Barbara would like you to take your mask can
Oh,
hear you.
okay, no problem, yeah. Yeah. Usually they don't have a problem hearing me, but no, but it's with other noise going on.
Actually, what's happening is there's some talk.
Exactly, that's what I said, yes.
Maybe you'll hear better than we do. Oh, it's just you and I.
Yeah.
This will give us a sense of who's come and then anyone new.
Yeah.
So we can basically, just for our own sake,
Yeah.
we can print it out, right?
Yes.
And then we'll see different columns. And then the next meeting, we'll just check.
Yeah.
Who's here.
Yeah. This isn't like, if you didn't attend, you're not gonna get prayed for. Yeah.
I'm just hoping that she's been able to.
I know.
But I think the conversation, Catherine covered the book if she needs to.
Yes. So what time are we at now on here? Oh, so a couple more minutes still, yeah.
Because we only can. But like if we just keep putting the slide up, then the conversation can go.
Exactly. Yeah.
In 2 minutes.
Yes. So I think actually the last couple, if I recall correctly.
So the next slide would be, what are disciples? Yeah, they're all at the top.
Because there's still, like slide 11 is that as well.
Yeah.
So we actually go all the way to slide 13 with this kind of discussion.
Okay. Well, that's why I know. So good
Okay, yeah.
to say.
Shouldn't we like to maybe have this one here? So these are actually actions.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do those all as a group.
Okay. Yes.
Okay?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This.
So the next slide is now up. What are our discipleship strengths? And yes, Carrie, we're passing around just a sign-in sheet just so that we know who came. We'll still pray for those who didn't. Don't worry.
Oh. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, so fair enough. So the question was, can we define this? Discipleship strengths. And actually, Beth and I had exactly the same question when we put this together. Even from what Sheila had said today, discipleship means learning, right? So our strengths are in learning. We thought of things like outreach. Those are some of the things that we do that we are outside of the parish. Anybody else with a definition that they might like to share? Okay. Following the way, yes. Following the way, capital T, capital F. All right, yeah? Okay.
So we'll spend a little bit, not this one.
Period. I don't care anything else. This is of course it is. Well,
I'm very proud.
yeah. But, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I think, is he one of maybe
Oh, yeah.
that he did come out?
Yeah.
Because that's when Nancy and Ray met.
Oh,
I think.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's Steph and,
No, this is, it's just,
another 2 minutes, we'll get the next one.
yeah.
Just wait another 2 minutes and then let them.
Yeah.
20 after that.
To get, so that, then we get to
Then they're 12.
12, yeah. It would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the idea is that they're not going to follow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, good, good. Okay, I think we're ready for the next one now. Yeah.
Okay, Catherine. The next slide.
Where are our growing edges in faith formation? So again, an example of this was the children, youth, and family ministry, right? We're growing, the edges, this is where we are spreading out. What are we doing? What might we try to continue to do that are growing edges in our faith formation? Well, that's how to stop a room from
Yeah,
talking.
yeah. Because you're.
That's how to stop a room from talking. Yeah.
And then the last slide, I'll say 5 minutes after that.
And then we're going to share. Yeah.
We're going to share that
Yeah.
slide. So we'll get 10 minutes to slide. That's a touch.
Yeah, that's, and then see, these are then us getting the comments,
Okay.
right? 11, 12, 13, and then this one's kind of the summary. Like, we'll be just right. We'll be just right.
And if the conversation is good, then let them go for a little bit because some of these are going to be
Yes.
quick.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And because you're having a conversation with their people themselves.
Yes. Well, yeah.
This gives Myra a chance to be part of that.
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree. And not that Catherine put me to or whatever.
She's be taking notes too.
Yeah. Yes.
She knows it. As Brian says, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a great rant.
Yeah, he was. So we were saying stuff he didn't know his advances. Oh, that was I know. So get computer classes. He takes his classes. I said, you need computer. I actually bring it.
My sister, when she was at home, basically went to the ophthalmologist.
Yeah.
I think they're just kind of.
And they have a little yellow, or what?
Yeah, because it's.
Yes. It reduces eye strain. And
They say not to get a computer in bed because your eyes are.
yeah, no, I have 2 pairs of computer glasses, and yeah. What's this? Should we go to the next one? Okay, the next one. What do we see little of in our parish? So what's missing? Fair enough. Yes. And then we'll say, okay, so actually, I think we should say, okay, does anybody have anything they want to share from that conversation? And then we've got 3 things to discuss.
So what we do is we announce everybody.
As a group. Yes, now we're not. Yeah. Or
Or you can ask a spokesperson
Right,
to the
right,
groups,
right.
or maybe they want to speak themselves.
yeah. I just,
Amazing how often you ask.
Oh. At one point, I one time thought, oh, maybe I'll go into medicine. This made me say, thank God I never did, because
Ryan, the first pandemic, he was like, he basically real, like in the
Yeah.
end,
yeah,
come back home,
yeah,
did some of this,
yeah,
and he said,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
when it first came out, he ran to I'm sure they're like the real like industrial groups.
Yeah.
I said, Brian, if we ever get to that, then
Yeah.
giving you a one morning wrap up for this. 1 minute warning.
Yeah, 1 minute warning, and then we'll come back as a group and share some of your comments and thoughts on the topics we've discussed. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he has a hard time hearing. Yeah. Actually, what we should do next one, we should actually take the chairs apart and make them into circles, right? It'll only take 2 minutes. We'll get a couple of people to help. Yeah. And I don't know how I'm going to ask them specifically about that. I think I'll go to this one. Yeah. And then we'll just, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask you to sort of step back now and reflect on some of the questions we had earlier. So the first one I want to ask you for some information is, what are we doing as a parish that is currently deepening your own faith? So does anybody want to share with the group? Catherine, can you find that slide? What are we doing as a parish that is currently deepening your own faith? Music, yes. Yeah. Yeah, and we want to do even more once we can get our masks off to sing. Yes. Yes. Yes, we give Lindsay full props for singing with her mask on. Anything else? What are we doing as a parish that is currently deepening your own faith? Book study, yep. I think some of the comments from the Adult Faith Formation tool, right? We do many of those things, I think, as a parish. Some of us participate regularly, some of us, whatever fits or works for us. But so some of that is done through there. The Wednesday chapel service, yeah.
Speaking on general terms,
Sheila. Ooh. Yes. Oh, the bigger questions group as well, yes. Yeah, throughout this whole mess, right? And it's been, I think, obviously, not very challenging, but I personally have still always felt to be a member of the parish. Even when we were not meeting in person, I mean, some of you might remember my mom's 88th birthday, and I hesitate to call it a drive-by party because I think of a drive-by shooting, and I don't mean that. But that was like such a special day for her, but it was such a special day for the parish. We all got a chance to see each other, and we've been doing things. I remember the muffin ministry, as we were calling it, right? With people delivering things to people's homes, and the phone calls, even up to just recently when we called everybody to remind them, to share with them about our Easter services that were coming up. So I think there really is that sense of family that we have and feel really strongly as a parish. I think that really comes together. What about our disciple? Oh, yeah. The creativity in the liturgy. Absolutely, yes, for sure. For sure. It's not just 1, 2, 3, or Eucharistic prayer 1, 2, 3, or 4. It is not, right? It's not just the Nicene Creed or the Apostles' Creed. It's all sorts of different creative things that make you think and reflect. Yes. The online, yes, all of the online activities, the newsletter in particular, and I think now trying it this week a little differently as well, so that the reflections are going to be separate from the actual kind of announcement things. But yeah, all of that, keeping that connection there. Yes, yeah. The youth ministry, yeah. We love our family focus. We love our family focus and
Sheila.
Yeah.
Yes, Sheila.
I'm actually going to speak on behalf of somebody else. But talking about the newsletter, I was meeting with a couple recently who weren't able to come to services, and they were saying how much the reflections mean for them to get it every week, and there's something for them to read over and just discuss with the two of them. And they watch the online service as well, but they did find that a helpful tool. So
Yes, so I'm just going to share that into the microphone in case people can't hear or those who are perhaps watching the live stream. But the newsletter and the reflections can be very important for those who are unable to attend on a regular basis, and they've used that. And then they find that, and then attending virtually as well is something that they are using. Oh, sharing. So sharing the newsletter with others outside the parish, if there are ways to do that, whether it's forwarding the link to a friend or something. Yep.
Sharing on the Facebook page.
Oh, sharing on Facebook. Yeah, for those.
The novelty of social media.
Yes. Woo. Yes. Okay. I think we are discipleship strengths now, Catherine. Thank you. I think some of that we've perhaps captured with the children, youth, and family ministry. Certainly, if you recall, well, okay, clearly it was a long time ago because it was pre-pandemic. But do you remember this when we had all of the signs up here and everybody was saying what they did, like all of those different activities that people were doing outside the parish, or just as whatever type of outreach it was, whether it was a muffin ministry to your neighbors or serving, volunteering at community care, or whatever other types of activities. There are so many that different parishioners were doing, the hospice, so many different activities that people within the parish are doing, and that is something that is following the way. Growing edges. Oh, is that something to share? Elsie, do you want to share?
No.
Do you want to share? No. Oh. Okay, that's what I just said to one of my students. Is that something you wish to share with the class?
Ooh, teacher mode.
Oh, yeah, I won't give my next comment. That's okay. So our growing edges in faith formation. I think some of the things what are some of the things we do differently? I mean, some of it is, I think, music ministry. I think some of that is different. What else? You guys were really chatty, so I'm assuming you had stuff. Absolutely, the different liturgy, for sure. Yep. The music, yeah. Okay, and then perhaps let's go to the last one. What do we see little of in our parish? So what's missing? Choir. Well, that's nobody's fault. It's just choir. It's missing. Young families, yes, absolutely. Young families. Yes, socializing, fellowship, yes. Coffee. Sure. Yes.
And what we had said that we don't do as a church, we don't necessarily do anything mission outreach. Like we don't necessarily, because at one, maybe we did I think we did the Brock Toonie dinner at
Yep.
one point. And,
Yep.
but other than that, individually we go out.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a whole lot of the church's transfiguration being out there.
Okay, so just to recap, so as a parish, as a church, we are perhaps not doing as much out there. Many individual things. The Toonie Supper is one of the ones. Of course, one of the others that I would add to that list was and it was a few years ago now, but the sponsorship of the family, the refugee family.
And we do the breakfast program now.
Yep. So the breakfast program. So there are some things, but to look, what else would be there? Well, yeah, visiting shut-ins, and again, COVID, so, yeah.
Sorry, do we have a relationship with the chaplaincy at Brock University? If so, or if not, is there anything that we might be able to offer to the students who are far from home and don't have their mom and dad?
Yeah. So what can we do with Brock? Sheila?
We do have some. I do know the chaplain in, and we have kind of talked about it to kind of figure out what it is that we could
I mean, this has been a constant potential opportunity with many, many challenges. So as some of you may know, I'm a professor at Brock. The students are here from September to mid-December, and then from January till mid-April. That's it. And so they are not here for like Christmas. They are often not here for Easter. They are then very busy. They go home for reading week. So working with students is a challenge to fit within their programs. But the Toonie suppers were very well received and were very popular when they were done. Yep.
And even now, summer students.
Yep.
Now at college, the same thing. I don't know, maybe it's 32 students, and I don't know how we would go about it. It would really take some work and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to sort of recap about what we're doing here today, right? Today is just for you and us as a parish to reflect, to think of ideas. What we will do at the last session is actually put down some actionable ideas. So that might be one of the actionable ideas that we would, as a group, decide on. But we are not there yet. But putting that down, and we actually are taking notes. So we've got some ideas, and we can hopefully bring those forward. So now we're going to ask you as a group a few bigger questions. How might we strengthen what we are currently doing as spiritual practices that would deepen our spiritual rhythms and connect us more strongly to continuing in Jesus' word?
In fact, the music ministry may be a concert that would have to be broadcast online.
Yeah.
Inviting members of communities to
Yeah.
attend.
So, yeah.
Can I quickly ask how many people have spiritual practices that they do each day? Whether it's prayer, Bible reading, reflection? Excellent, good. Maybe there's a way that we could share or talk about those different things that maybe feed us, and maybe would speak to someone else, or we could find ways to encourage each other in our spiritual practices?
So the question was how many have spiritual practices they participate in, and most hands went up. And might there be ways we could share some of those spiritual practices with others so that they might use those same practices if they are so inclined? But yeah, some opportunities during the week to come together with a reflection, maybe a light supper, some sort of. Of course, food. Of course, we're Anglicans, of course. I thought that went without saying, but yes. Yes. So things to improve and work in the environment. That was actually added as a baptismal covenant in the last. When do we remember when it was added? Anybody? 10 years ago. That long ago?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. 10 years ago. So, but it is something that the church takes seriously. Nancy.
I think too, once we get back to up and running perfectly again, the program that Sheila was headlining for us all was Revive.
Yes. Yes. Yes, revive again, yes. I think like as you read in the faith formation sort of survey, there were like what sort of Bible study, whatever. I agree. I personally did revive and found it to be very meaningful. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I volunteered to help work on this, because having that opportunity to reflect with my parish family made a difference to me, and I'm hoping that this exercise might do something like that for somebody here. It might just strike a chord and bring someone some new insight, or look at something differently, or just feel more comfortable and strong in their faith, whatever works. Shall we go to the next one? So, go ahead. Yes. Right. Yes. Yes. Well, yeah, so the reboot, we really do need a way to get through all of this, because we are still not done with the pandemic. I mean, we are sitting here with masks. Yeah, for sure.
Karen.
There was something that the diocese was talking about before COVID. Everything's pre-COVID, never COVID.
Yeah.
But it was getting together in small groups in people's homes and having a meeting and having a meal and talking about our faith, which is a way that we could eat together, but in smaller groups and say, would something like that appeal to anybody here? If we decided to try something like that and ask some people to open their home and produce a simple meal.
Yeah.
And someone would lead the discussion and just together with different people, not
So-
necessarily the people you know.
So that's something we can add at the last session. Thank you, Sheila. Last session.
Write that down.
It is written down as we speak. We are through telekinetic powers
Being looked after.
being looked after. Okay. So perhaps this is one of them, right? What practices might we add or explore that would invite us into the growing edges of our discipleship walk? Somebody in the diocese. I could name names, but Karen. Yes. 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 Yeah. Yes. So more opportunities for fellowship and more ways to connect. And actually, so there may be ways, and we might have to, when we put this together in the fall, look for ways to do that consider the pandemic. So it might not be the big meal here. It might be in people's homes. It might be smaller, whatever we have to do. The next one, please. So this is again that sort of big picture question. What might we do that could engage friends or people in the neighborhood in asking questions about our faith practices? That might include Brock.
Outdoor church.
Yeah. Try to do that. Yeah, that might have to come before we get to the final thing in October. So we might try and do that this summer again. Yeah, outdoor church. Yes. Yeah, picnic. We have a picnic planned. June. I'm not sure the date either. June 12th. Thank you. June 12th, barbecue. Yeah.
I think when somebody said something about a picnic, I think you're thinking more about, that one is for our church, is it not, that's on the 12th? I think somebody thought maybe it would be a community one, so that you open it up and send little flyers around to the neighbors. I think that's kind of what they were thinking.
Yeah. Well, and again, so these are all things, and not, but so these are things that we could plan, and it might not happen this summer, but it could certainly be something that we could put on the list as well. Yeah. Well, in order to make sure we stay on time, I think we're going to go to the next slide, right? Okay. Okay, so in which of these ideas do you most clearly see or feel the presence of God? So we've had some thoughts, some ideas. When do you see the presence of God? Music, yeah. That's a common theme around here, isn't it? Children, yes. Yes, Steph's posts make me see God every day. They're awesome. They are awesome.
Working together like we are right now.
Yeah. Together, right? Working together.
Transfiguration family,
Yes.
walking in the door.
Yeah. Okay, next. So which ones draws your heart or soul? Yeah, I think we have recurring themes here. But that's great. That's what we like, right? Fellowship, music, outreach, children.
The novel ideas in the children ministry in the pandemic. I'm tooting my horn here, but my daughter and Steph, they do this outreach with other churches to promote Advent, Lent, and the boxes, and it's just remarkable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So which of these ideas fit readily into the God-given gifts already at work in our midst? Yeah. Yeah, good. So just not to be afraid to ask challenging questions, whether it's the bigger questions or even just amongst ourselves. Yeah. Hey, we're looking for a vision, so yeah. Yeah.
I remember back when we first started coming, when Lisa was preaching, one of the things that she said about transfiguration that taught me right at the time was, don't come here to have your questions answered. Come here to have your answers questioned.
So don't come here to have your questions answered. Come here to have your answers questioned. Yeah.
I think we have everything that we need with all the people in our church to do everything that we possibly want to do. We have the ability to do it, it's just doing it.
We just
Yeah.
have to vision and think
That's right.
about how we can do it.
Yeah, we just have to get her done. I hate to say it, I think that's the PC platform thing, so I take that all back. I'm sorry, I apologize. I think that's there. I saw it. Doug Ford, never mind. Never mind. Okay, and which of these ideas invite us to grow our skills and knowledge before we launch them? So the bigger questions one for sure, right? We are trying to learn more, even this workshop itself. Trying to learn more, trying to be able to reflect differently.
Well, even just hearing ideas from others, maybe not knowing the skill or not knowing how to go about it, we can go and individually look and then we talk and we'll all learn. And we'll learn how to do things that we don't currently know how to do.
Yeah.
I think a leap of faith.
Yes. So we all learn, and we learn from each other about how to do things and how to do things differently. Well, so we actually have in this program 3 additional workshops. This one was on adult faith formation, and we've talked about how we form our faith, how we can move forward, and what we might want to do as we go forward. And again, we've been taking notes, and then the last workshop is when we sort of bring it all together and set some objectives. The next workshop is called Reshaping Parish Culture to Enable Ministry, and that's on June 5th, and we will do the same thing. We will have service at 10 a.m., and then we will do the workshop right afterwards, just like we have today, so we hope that you can join us with that. The third reflection workshop is the fullness of life in the neighborhood, and we will have that one in September. And then we will have the 4th workshop soon after that, maybe even just a couple of weeks later, that we will then look at what actions we can have, define for all 3 areas, and set our vision and mission. Is there anything else anybody wants to say? Yeah?
At the next meeting or following meetings, could we please meet in a circle format?
Yes. 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 We actually, so of course we're trying this out, and we said, what could we do better? And yes, for sure. Whether it's putting the chairs in small circles or putting it in a big circle, but we can take a few minutes after the service to just rearrange so that we can all have a little more interaction. I fully agree, for sure. Yep. Anything else? Well, then will you join us in the closing prayer, please?
Please stand.
Yes. Loving God, we give thanks for our time together, for careful listening to one another and to the Spirit, for hopes and aspirations, for leaning more deeply into the way of Jesus, for intentions around developing habits and rhythms that will bring us closer to you. Bless us as we leave this gathering, empowered by our longing, strengthened by our common life in you, and eager to be your presence in the world. Amen. Thank you very much.